Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday was a very fruitful journey to collect houses for me yesterday. So first of all, I collected this DH56 from the Mayflower series, which is very difficult to find. They are so rare. It was missing the sundial, but then I've already got one which will go there. I will just place it. It's still on the stockbroker piece of wood that it came on, because I broke up one stockbroker which was beyond repair, and so that's the proper sundial. You can see the difference it makes right away. So this doll's house looks really bad on the face of it, but it's actually not. The whole of the back is just two sliding doors that are missing, and then you need the front door made here and the two sides, which is okay. So this is exactly how I like to find them, because I really do like to work on them where possible, and if it happens to be a really rare one, well, that just gives me more impetus for making it back into what it should be, and I really can't wait to start work on it. You can't get any idea of how big it is from that. It's actually 30 inches long. It's a metre wide. And the other thing I collected yesterday was this delightful pre-war 62, which with window boxes, which is one that I was short of in the collection. And again, although it needs work because it was actually in a bombed out building in the Blitz, it's very durable and it's very savable, and it's got all the genuine wallpapers in it. It's delightful. I love it. But with the addition of these two new ones, it actually brings my collection of Lines Triang houses up to 68, I believe. There is a number 69 pending, I think. But that's 68 different models. Obviously variations of some models, like this 62, which, counting this window box, I think I've got every single solitary version that they made. And then something else I noticed as I've just been bringing it in this morning from off the car is this absolutely gorgeous outside light, which I've never seen before up to now on any doll's house. And there's the wiring for it, which is inside the garage. I cannot wait to resurrect that. Such a beautiful feature from the 30s. All in all, what a great buy. So I also got a lot of furniture with this 62, and it belonged to the house originally, I believe. Some of it needs repairing, so there's a lot of bits to sift through to see what belongs with what. Look at these lovely carpets. Look at this bear kind of rug, which I've never seen before, and then this other one. Aren't they delightful? Today is the start of a new project. Basically this Lines 31 that I had off Michael Morse, obviously you can see that it's been painted in this horrible yellow and red throughout its history. She's been waiting with bated breath to see what I can do with it, so I'm going to make a start on breaking it down. This is obviously an early Lines 31, I would have thought, due to the base that it has. To me, everything about that base screams 1800s. So I would have thought it was somewhere between 1895 and 1900. Be interesting to see what comments the Lines experts out there do have as to whether my dating might be correct. So I'll start off now by breaking it down into its component parts. I think the roof will have to be replaced because it's very woodworm riddled, and there's also a lot of chunks missing out of it, so it would probably, as I've done with other ones, to actually make a new one would be the better way forward, I think. So let's see how it goes. So as you can see, I'm already starting to break this down now. I've taken off the first part of the roof, which is absolutely woodworm riddled, mainly dust. I mean, I know the purists will say to me, you know, you should fill the holes and all the rest of it, but trust me, you really can't, because the integrity is totally gone. Now, you have to be a sort of archaeologist doing these things. Can you see that gorgeous little brolly that's just come to light? You know, you have to ask yourself, how long has that been lying there? You know, what a gorgeous artifact. I mean, from here on in now, that brolly belongs with this doll's house, doesn't it? What an absolute gem. How long must it have been sitting there underneath this roof? Absolutely incredible. So I shall preserve that now. Okay, so we have the all the paper stripped off that was had obviously been added throughout this doll's house's lifetime. You can tell that because the yellow paint that's all over the front door is also painted around the edges underneath the wallpaper that was there, so that's evidently not right. The other thing is showing signs of the oxblood paint, which I would expect to be there at this period, and you can clearly see where, and you can clearly see also that the brown or oxblood paint, which I would expect the base to be, and not green at this period, is obviously showing through now, taking the remnants of what was the rubber backed carpet that was all in there. This wallpaper on the inside looks original, but even so, I'm not certain that it is. I'm going to have to do a bit more research on that to see whether that we can try and save it or not. So you can see that this paint stripping process is well underway. It's a horrible job. It's industrial grade paint stripper. There's absolutely no way of getting around doing this. If you try and do it with sanding or, you know, heavy sanding, it will just take a lot of any detail out the wood that remains, and you can't risk that. And this mess room sign belonged in the original wartime building where I used to work, which was built to the same specification as Bletchley Park. Anyone who goes researching Bletchley Park will see what I mean. The building was bomb-proof. Naughty Nigel for rescuing that, but if I hadn't have, well, it would have ended up in a skip along with whatever else came out of the building at the time. So the only way is to use this heavy duty paint stripper. You can see there, interestingly enough, that I use a cabinet sort of tool tray that I've used for the last over 40 years from my home office days, which got me into vintage radio, and this is when I started serious restoring. Interestingly enough, that mess room sign is from the building I used to work in. Well, not bad for the first day's work. Basically it's got it 80% stripped down. Obviously there's nooks and crannies, which there always is. It's very difficult to get into all this detail, but yes, very pleased with the first day. Obviously plenty still to do, but yeah, all good. So I'm basically going to be working on these two houses simultaneously. You know, while I do one little bit to one, I'll then do to another. This one, as you know, I started last weekend, and quite a bit of the paint is stripped from it now. Still much detail to do yet, and then we can do the repairs and then start repainting it. With the Mayflower, obviously there's panels to make.
And of course, here's my lines 37 that's still awaiting the windows, and of course the hinge to put the front door on. And then I shall be decorating the inside with all of the things that are going to live in this dollhouse. Here's the two antique dolls that I have that actually have real glass eyes that will live inside my dollhouse. They're pretty cute, aren't they? I think Kevin just kind of skimmed over the surface of how rare that Mayflower house is. And in future videos, I think he should explain for us a little bit how just unbelievably incredible it is that that was actually found. I think it's miraculous that he's able to save and restore these dollhouses for future generations to enjoy. Just an incredible journey to follow along with. Well, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It's free to do so, and it really does make my channel grow. Please leave comments, and thank you again for watching today. And as always, have the best day ever.